When we come into the experience, it is all based on the intellect. Yeah, experience or no experience, it is all um, based on the intellect. And very important for us to completely see the entire world as a theater. So, morning to this moment, it was all part of a performance. It's a theater. And in any theater, if Nancy is playing the role of a principal, school principal, then after the performance, when Nancy goes back to her home, she doesn't go back to her home as a principal. She goes back as Nancy. The same here, using the divine intellect. The invisible traveler has the option to come to his home. His home is the world of light. It is a region of light, like a sky. And in that sky, in the home, all are present as they are. There is no fakeness here. Just like after a performance, everyone goes back to their home as they are. They don't go as the role. If someone is playing the role of a beggar, somebody else is playing the role of a king, Nancy playing the role of a school principal. When they go back home, they go back as minus those roles. The roles don't follow. So here, the invisible traveler is in his home. And he is present with his family of light. These are the real people. In the performance, there are roles, but beyond the performance, there are real people. So in the sky, all are real. All are truly present as they are. What do we mean by present as they are? All are masters. double underlining the fact that the point of light is independent from the performance. Right now, experiencing freedom in the sky. He knows the temporary nature of the performance. He knows that the entire theater world is a foreign land. Using the divine intellect, paras intellect, one clearly sees the temporary nature of the physical world, temporary nature of all the roles within it, the entire drama is based on a script, and the drama can finish any second. And so the whole drama becomes harmless. All the performances, even if there is a villain, some troublemaker, they all appear as harmless because the invisible witness, he is beyond harm. And story cannot harm him, the drama cannot harm him. He himself is beyond harm. He understands the temporary nature of the performance. He has his world, his right to freedom. He has his companion, supreme friend, who is a point of light. Supreme friend plays the role of God in the performance. In the theater, he plays the role of God. He plays the role of a hero. But what makes him the supreme friend of all souls? He doesn't let his role affect him. His self-respect is not based on the hero or God role that he plays in the theater. In the sky right now, he knows all are equal. He loves to see all as equal. No, not because he's great, but using the paras intellect, one understands all are From the family of God, all are equal to God. All are worthy, all are masters. Even when they go in the story as a traveler or as a witness, they're still a master. They are still 100% independent. They are free. "100% independent" means when one is 100% independent of the theater, of the performance, they have zero victim feeling, zero beggar mindset. To come to this feeling and this mindset, even for 1 minute, shrinks the ego, reduces the ego, makes the soul bypass ego. And bypassing ego is success, is victory. Our victory lies in bypassing the ego, false identities based on the role, based on anything in the performance, any identity based on the theater, it is ego. Till our effort is mixed with ego, soul cannot wake up. Soul cannot wake up, then victim and beggar, they wake up. They are in charge. Until victim and beggar are in charge, one cannot experience the lottery, the big prize of the sky, of the family, of the supreme friend. It's the biggest prize. Ego has no value of this prize. For ego, this is not important. That's why bypassing the ego opens the door to magic. Thank you. Very nice to be back and know why we meet, again and again, why this gathering is to understand the importance of the perspective from beyond. The perspective from beyond is the perspective of the soul. And soul's perspective is 180-degree different, to role's perspective. Any moment we check our perspective, it is based on some role or the other. It is based on an identity. Yeah. Do you find that? Do you think this is true for you? Any minute, if you check yourself and the perspective, is it the perspective of the witness? And that's why this, tuning in, or we will say stepping back. Stepping back is very important. And this stepping back, few minutes of stepping back, if done accurately, if the role perspective is not at all used for 1 minute or few minutes, then there is such a power in those minutes that it can completely change our attitude on everything. And permanently it changes the attitude. So for us, it is very important to find ways to nourish, to feed this higher consciousness, highest perspective, highest mindset, and experience those emotions, those feelings. Yeah? And it is only possible for someone to experience those higher feelings if they use the highest intellect. Just using that highest intellect, it is possible. So any thoughts any one of you want to share?
Om Shanti.
Yeah.
It was very true that if we see through the soul's perspective, it's just like now it's feel like that whenever we come into the role or we are thinking anything about the role, the Baba say impurity. Earlier we were thinking that role consciousness only means any kind of particular role. If I'm thinking according to that, that is a role consciousness. But now it's feel like anything I'm feeling, anything I'm doing on the stage of drama, and I'm thinking accordingly. It's make me feel that it's an impurity. How high I am, and I'm indulging into the drama, just make me feel that it's an impure. Now the definition of purity is totally changed. That earlier it was something else, and now it's feel like any thought related to drama, it's an impure. Just move about it. And Didi, I want to ask one question that you were saying that God in this drama, the supreme companion, is playing a part of God. Uh, is Supreme Soul Baba is a god, or he is playing a role of a god? And uh, in Paramdham, if all the soul are of the same level, then why Baba sometimes used to say that there is a Ulta Jhad, Kalpavraksh tree? Then how one come first and then other come second and third? Is the level of the Paramdham tree is based on the role of the Srishti Chakra? Could you please light on that?
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. So we'll use the whiteboard for this. So how in our home, all the souls are present as points of light. Yeah. So all are present as tiny stars. This tree that Baba talks about is sort of revealed, where how one's position is in the tree is revealed after the result. Yeah, after the result. And result is because we are studying. Each one is a student here. What are they studying? They are studying to make this perspective from beyond, soul's perspective, full time. So if one is in the drama, all the souls, they come in the drama. And who uses soul's perspective 100%, full time? Based on that is their position in the home, you can say. But no one feels at home that I am less or I am more. It's just a way to put, it's just one aspect of how well one uses this paras intellect. So when this soul, which plays the role of Baba, uh, comes into the drama, he uses the paras perspective full time. If some other soul, if they use it, full time, then they come, next to God. They become next to God. In for every other soul, they do cross the line, and after they have crossed the line, they need this paras perspective to come back in the right you know position. So Baba never crosses the line. Even when he comes in the drama, I mean, not even, but when he comes in the drama, one's soul, he never crosses the line. He never mixes the role and in his inner world, the role of God or being the hero, it doesn't affect him the slightest internally. So same is the effort for all the other souls. So you can be, next to Baba, although two souls, the soul of Brahma Baba and Mama, they are first and second. But after Mama and Baba, anyone who can take this challenge to use this highest perspective full time, then they can come next. So Shiv Baba has said that anyone can now take the next position. And what is the sign of them using the paras intellect, or what is their feeling? That the freedom that they experience here, the closeness that they experience here in the sky, all the time when in the drama, they experience that same closeness to Baba. They experience the same um, attitude like Baba. So attitude of a master, attitude of of having everything, having winning the lottery, that sort of attitude all the time. So this position, your question, this position is revealed at the very end, and it is based on how this paras is used while one is passing through the drama. Is that clear? Does that
Yes, that means the positions are based on the purshat everyone is doing on the drama, but
hmm.
in reality, all the souls, we all the brothers are equal in truth, in reality, at the soul level. Baba
Yeah.
is the father, and we all are his son, and all have the same inheritance in actuality. But on the based on Purushar, there is a position, but in truth, all are nothing.
Yeah, and when we use this paras intellect and experience our home, at that time, like Baba's experience in home, he is not seeing everyone as I am Baba and they are children. That even that experience is not there. His experience is all are equal. All are souls. All are like yeah, all are friends. One
Uh,
big family. So,
just one confusion here.
mhm.
Baba himself, in reality, the Baba himself feels that as am I, you all are.
Yeah, yeah. But in the Murli or in other, when he's in the drama and he's speaking, that time he says, "I am Baba, your children," because there has to be some relationship established. But if you remove all the roles, which is the highest perspective, removing all the roles even within the drama, then it is a feeling of equality. So Baba experiences equality for all.
Only one
It's
thing Baba say that I am the only one whose name is Shiv, and I am the only soul whose soul's name is Shiv, and you all are just a soul. You are only known as souls. And Brother Prashant was also saying in one class that Baba is the creator. So I just want to clarify that Baba himself remains the creator, but he is so Nirahankari that he just say that you all and we are, including me, we all are equal.
um yeah, this different things. So Baba's name doesn't change, like, because these all the other souls, they come in the drama and then they cross the line. So you can't have a permanent thing for them in that aspect, in that sense. Baba shares sometimes, when he's teaching, teacher teaches at different levels, and uh, each point has a purpose behind it. So that point of, this is the name, Baba's name, and you don't have a name, you get, this is to imply that souls, as souls, we get different bodies, we play different roles, and we are constantly, we don't have anything certain. Yeah, so it implies different points. But Baba, what you mentioned about Nirahankari, that he is a creator, and but he doesn't say that. Yeah, it's
I want to
we-
mean that Baba is creator, he is supreme, he is the highest, but just remain that we all are. Just
yeah, but why Baba is the creator and Baba is highest? In what aspect? He is highest because he holds the highest vision for everyone. And his vision for each soul is that you are equal to me. Yeah, so that is why Baba is the highest. Because his attitude, his feeling, his drishti, his vritti, his everything is highest. There is not even a little bit, mixing of the role. That in the role, you the soul, in the role this has happened, so you're not equal to me. That feeling is never there for Baba.
mm,
So that is
yes,
that is what makes him the highest.
no, yes, thank you.
Yeah, maybe more chance to get this discussion later. But yeah, it's nice to see that.
Sister, there's one more person who's
Yeah, yeah,
wanting
yeah.
to ask. Do we have a couple of minutes
Yes,
before you
yes,
start?
yes, yes.
Okay.
Om Shanti Behenji. Just same thing I'm thinking. We are, I am also soul and he is also soul. But why he became supreme soul? Just I was thinking about the same thing and you almost clarified. Everything is clarified and now I got the very good answers. But in my words, I want to tell something. Um, why he became a supreme soul means he never takes birth. Even if he never crosses this invisible uh, line, ignorance of line. Even if he crosses also, he is very intact about his soul perspective. And he knows that he has taken some body for this purpose. And I heard some time back, the scientists went behind the sky and recorded some sound. That sound is continuously Om. Om sound is there. Om means in our um, language, it is Atma. That means that soul, supreme soul, is always chanting or remembering himself as a soul. Om, 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 continuously. Whereas we are not able to do that here. If you do that continuously, if you are there in the same perspective uh, for any for your life period, whatever it may be, then definitely we will become like God. We have so many examples uh, even in this doll world. Those who have attained that stage, like Brahma Baba, and in South Ramana Maharshi, and even this some people like we think them as a god or we pray Sai, Sirdi Sai. These are all elevated souls because they know that they are souls, not anything else. uh, that's it, sister. Thank you. I think you got my
Yeah, yeah.
view. Yeah, thank
Yes,
you,
yes.
thank you, thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Nice to hear. So, yeah, in essence, Baba is the one who never crosses the line. That is what makes him the supreme. Never crosses the lines. Line means that never takes ownership of the anything in the drama, and every other soul does that, and does that to a huge extent, and that is why they have created egos for themselves. And now Baba, because the one who has not created ego, only he has the authority to teach, yeah, to transform people, souls. So he is here, and the one who has not created a single ego, can now take the soul out of, when they have created millions of identities in the drama. So Baba's knowledge and everything is very, clear. That's why it gives the answer, makes things clear. So now we have Murli. We'll just quickly go through it. And this Murli is based on, Brahmins. And Brahmins are, as um, as Baba has made it clear, Brahman, they are the ones who have a very clear view of the contrast. Brahmin is the one who has the knowledge. Yeah, they have the knowledge of why there is sorrow, why there is, identities, ego, clear knowledge, and now how to um, undo all those bondages, undo all that ego. So this is what is Brahmin. Yeah. And Brahmin's interest is only in knowledge. Yes, because knowledge is like it, the more soul is busy, knowledge is like light. Yeah. So the more soul is busy towards light, then their experiences or feelings are highest quality feelings, because when you are in light, there's no darkness, so the feelings of darkness and all of that is not there. So Brahmin means having a very clear contrast of the two worlds. Yes, and even while they are in this world, the title is used for a soul, for the soul who is using the highest perspective, and they very easily know how to undo all the bondages. Yeah. So Baba says the world of Brahmins is free from sorrow. Today, the carefree emperor, the emperor who is free from sorrow, has come to meet his master carefree emperors. So Baba, who's free from sorrow, he has a very clear picture of the theater world. He knows that this is a play, and even a child, when they know that this is a movie, they don't take any sorrow from that. Even if it's an action movie or a horror movie, children don't take any sorrow from that because they know it's a movie. Yeah. So Baba is so clear that it's a theater, it's a performance going on, that he never takes sorrow from it. Yeah, free from sorrow. And so he has come to meet his carefree emperors, master carefree emperors. So those who are also, free from sorrow. This gathering is of the emperors of the confluence age. So how do these emperors look like? How do they look like? These master carefree emperors free from sorrow. Yeah, how do
They look happy, easy, light, blissful. They look like stars.
Yeah, that is the correct answer. They are points. They look like stars. So happy, if the doll is looking happy, that doesn't mean they are master carefree emperors. If this role is not doesn't worry about things, it doesn't mean it's free from sorrow. So how do these, free from sorrow people look like? They are the stars. So only the soul is free from sorrow. So it is through this sovereignty that you attain the future reward. Baba was seeing whether all the children have become free from sorrow. That is, whether they have become emperors who are beyond all types of sorrow. So Baba is seeing whether the children have become free from sorrow, or whether they have become emperors who are beyond all types of sorrows. So in this drama, many scenes and many images will come, yeah, which are which so this entire drama, it's like obviously it's a performance, it's a theater, and it is also a game. So any theater, any performance, any game is meant to trick the audience into something. Yeah, like a performance. If the theme of the performance is an emotional story, then throughout the performance they want to trick you into feeling heavy, into feeling sad. Yeah, and if it's a game, it wants to trick you with some hurdles, some challenges, so that you are out of the game, that sort of thing. So this entire drama, for each soul and also as a whole, is designed very beautifully to trick the soul at every level, to trick the soul at with every scene, you know, and trick you into what? Trick you into believing this is real. So when you look at, certain dramas, they don't appear very real. And, we'll say that the director was not good because everything seemed so fake. So, and in a movie where everything appears real, yeah, then the movie has done its job, which was to trick you into believing that this is true. So the whole drama is designed in a way to to trick the star into believing it's true. And now Baba is saying that he is here to see whether you have become emperors who are beyond all types of sorrow. Yeah, are you beyond all types of sorrow? So do you get deceived? Do you get tricked? Or you don't get tricked? If you don't get tricked, you are beyond all types of sorrow. So for each soul, scenes will come that they are meant to trick you. Same scene may not come to in front of this soul, because for this soul it's different scenes trick, can uh, make me believe that this is true, but for someone else it is different. So it is very designed very creatively for each one, and hence each has different challenges, different characters to deal with, and constantly you are in a game, and if you are tricked, then you are out of the game, or you lose that round. You're not out of the game, but you lose that particular round. Anytime you are tricked, you lose that round, but then you always have a chance of another round because the game is not over. So it may be that I may have lost 10 rounds, but I have this current round in front of me. Yeah, if I win this, then I have more chances to winning the next round and the next one. So it's a game. Yeah, it's a game. So the world of Brahmins is free from sorrow. Souls who have a right to the confluence aged Brahmin world means the carefree emperors. Have you become such carefree emperors that there is no wave of sorrow even in your thoughts? So carefree emperor, how do you actually check a carefree emperor? Experience of sorrow is not even in present in thoughts. Yeah, to that extent, to till the attitude is changed, vision is changed, thought is changed, and what is it changed to? To seeing this as a theater, to seeing this as a performance. This is not real. Yeah. And so if it's not real, then you cannot experience sorrow. So do you experience yourselves to be the carefree emperors who are constantly on the bed of happiness in the world of happiness? So in the drama, it is the world of sorrow because it's Kali Yuga, different age, So Kali Yuga, even confluence age is mixing of Kali Yuga and Satyug. So it's like, in the middle. But for the soul, for the carefree emperor, it has discovered a different world. So if this world is not able to trick me, if this drama is not able to trick me, then that means I am in the experience of another world. So there can only be one experience at a time. I cannot experience three things at a time, right? So I can either be tricked, deceived, or I can be in my world, which is the world of happiness. It is the world of peace, yeah, Shanti Dham, Param Dham. But it is right now when you experience it, it is the world of happiness. It is the world of bliss, absolute joy. So the question is, do you experience yourselves to be the carefree emperors who are constantly on the bed of happiness in the world of happiness. So, do we have the carefree emperors constantly on the bed of happiness? Yeah, no sorrow even in thought.
People are saying not constantly for now.
There is no name or trace of sorrow in the Brahmin world or in Brahmin life because there are no Brahmin treasures unattained. The feeling when the soul um, discovers, and experiences, discovers his experience, realizes his world. So there is a difference between, knowing. So Baba is giving us the knowledge, and the soul, we know a lot of things, but till it is experienced, I cannot say that I have realized it, yeah, or discovered it. So knowing remains at the knowing level, but till I, transform that knowledge into my experience, then the feeling of the soul who has experienced is that there are no treasures unattained. There is not a single treasure that I have not attained. So if the soul wakes up for even 1 minute, then the experience is, or feeling is, that not a single treasure that I have unattained. That is why Brahma Baba used to sing the song that I have attained everything that is there to attain. Pana tha so paliya, it comes in the Murli, that I have attained everything that is there to attain. So soul is singing that, whatever I wanted to attain, it has been attained. Whatever there is to attain. So that is feeling of the soul who is now realizing, experiencing. The reason for sorrow is that something is unattained. Attainment is the means of happiness. Anything that is unattained, then there is sorrow. And if I look at the understanding of I, then if I am the role, then I need to attain many things at the level of role. That will give sorrow. But soul's world and soul's attainment are different. So to be an embodiment of all attainments means to be an embodiment of happiness. Have you become such an embodiment of constant happiness? The means of happiness are especially relationships and wealth. Happiness is when you have all the relationships, because relationships, it's like a company. You are not alone. Yeah. So if you have you have company and you have wealth, you have all the attainments, then there is happiness. You are not alone and you also have everything. So for the soul, relationships and wealth. Wealth is the experiences, different experiences, wealth of knowledge, wealth of power. Soul is experiencing that, and it is experiencing the company. So that is the means of happiness. Just think about it. You have attained the relationship of eternal happiness, have you not? In terms of relationships, if even one relationship is missing, there is possibility of experiencing waves of sorrow. In the Brahmin world, all relationships with the Father are eternal. So for the soul, relationships are with the Supreme Soul. So is even one relationship lacking? Even if one relationship is lacking, So that means that relationship pulls me in the drama. Yeah, whatever I have soul, if the soul is not fully awake, then relationships in the drama, they pull. They pull you at different levels. And Baba is saying, is even one relationship lacking? All relationships are imperishable. And so how could there be waves of sorrow? In terms of wealth, all the treasures or the elevated treasures of all wealth is the wealth of knowledge, through which you can automatically attain all types of wealth. Knowledge means light. With light, you can attain everything. Light, there is power in light, there is might, there is clarity, there is freedom, everything is present in light. So Baba says, if you have the wealth of knowledge, if you keep creating, light internally, then you have all, automatically you can attain all the wealth, all the other types of wealth. You'll have power, you'll have determination, you'll have solitude, you'll have introversion, everything. So since you have wealth and relationships, you are in a carefree world. You are the children and the masters of the world of constant happiness. That is, you are the emperors. Have you become emperors, or are you becoming that? What does Bab Dada think when he sees or hears of your waves of sorrow? That you are the children of ocean of happiness, that you are carefree emperors. So how can there be waves of sorrow? So all of this feeling and experience, the source is, how do I use the lens of knowledge to see everything? Yeah, to view everything. So if the lens is correct, if I'm using that paras perspective, then naturally sorrow is not there. You feel carefree, you feel you're experiencing happiness. But if that first step of using those using that perspective, then theater world, performance world, every second it is real. Every second the soul is deceived. Yeah, every second, the winner is Maya. So every round, you are sort of, the winner is Maya. And Baba is here that if you use this perspective, if you use soul's perspective, then each round you are the winner. Maya is not the winner. So the game is game of a second. It is not that when a situation comes, then who wins. No, what is leading up to that situation? This second, the next second, the second after this. What am I viewing? How am I seeing? What am I seeing? Am I looking at the dolls? Am I thinking about the dolls? No, am I thinking about the roles and their performances? Or I'm seeing this huge drama, this huge performance going on. This second, there is happiness. This second, there is, you feel carefree. Yeah. So Baba says, you must definitely have gone beyond the boundary of the world of happiness. So when you cross the line, Baba is saying you definitely cross the line, and that is why you don't experience the world of happiness. How do you cross the line? You become attracted to one artificial attraction or another, or some artificial form, and cross the line of the code of conduct. That is, you cross the boundary of the world of happiness. And where did you thereby end up? So 1 second, something artificial, because the whole drama, when it's temporary by nature, then it means that all that you see is artificial. And if Baba is saying, if even one artificial thing attracts you, you cross the line. When you cross the line, you cannot experience happiness. And not just that, but you 100% have to experience sorrow. So you become attracted to something, some, artificial, some role, one mask, you know. Within the role, someone's talent, someone's qualities within the drama. And the more you do that, you're crossing the line. You create identifications. You get attracted to your own artificial role, your own performance, not even your own, the performance that is happening closest to you. And you call it mine, I am this, I am that, and you have to experience sorrow. Yeah, because there's no freedom here. So Baba says, where do you end up? In the cottage of sorrow. When you are within the boundary, within the line, you experience happiness even in a forest, and fortune even in renunciation. Even in a forest means there may be some sort of tricky game in the drama, but you experience happiness. Yeah, even in when you are letting go of identities, you feel you are so fortunate. Yeah, Baba says you experience fortune even in renunciation, even in letting go. You feel you are so fortunate. The soul is becoming free, and this is such a gift, for me to be able to come to my real original self. And so to give up identities, it feels like such a honor, such a privilege, such a fortune. Those who are not letting go of identities, it feels so unfortunate. But those who are, the souls who are letting go of identity, so fortunate. They feel, I'm so lucky. You are emperors without even as much. You are emperors without even as much as a shell. Yeah, maybe this is lost in translation. Something, it's not clear, but even in the beggary life, you lead the life of a prince. You experience this, do you not? What do you experience when you come to Madhuban, away from the whole world? It is in a small place in a corner, but as soon as you arrive here, you say that you have reached an even more elevated world than Golden Age. So you experience happiness in a jungle, do you not? You experience the dry mountains to be a world of happiness as elevated as diamonds. You experience your world to have changed. In the same way, wherever you Brahmin souls may be, even amidst an atmosphere of sorrow, you are like a lotus. You are detached from sorrow, carefree emperors. Yeah, so to be detached from sorrow. No waves of the sorrow of illness of the body, waves of the sorrow of the wasteful upheaval in your mind. So detached from sorrow. Yeah. Any scene that drama, brings in front of you, you are not tricked into believing this is true. Yeah, you're not attracted to the artificial. How does it look like? How do these scenes present themselves? Baba is giving few examples how the drama presents itself to trick, the souls, to trick the audience. Illness of the body, waves of the sorrow of wasteful upheaval in your mind, thoughts running around in your mind. That may even trick you, and you start flowing with the thoughts. You're not stepping back. That mind is being used by Maya into believing this is true, that is true. And so that is how that is how the drama tricks you as well. And waves of the sorrow of lack of attainment of perishable wealth. Even physical wealth may be less or, not attained. That is how drama presents, tricky situations. Waves of the sorrow of your weak sanskars and nature or those of others. So some old nature, some old sanskars here or in, another, others. That is how drama tricks you into believing this world is true, this world is a real world, and you have to think about it. You have to, keep analyzing it. But artificial world, you don't think about it, you don't analyze it. Waves of the sorrow of the atmosphere or vibrations or waves of sorrow based on relationships and contacts pull you towards themselves, do they? You are detached from them, are you not? When your world has changed, your sanskars have changed. Your nature also changed, and you therefore become part of the world of happiness. Everything depends on your world. If your world changes, or whatever your world is, your sanskars, your habits, your relationships, everything is based on your world. Yeah. So Baba says, your world has changed. He goes on to saying, in fact, you became beggars. That is, even your own body doesn't belong to you. Your world has changed. Nothing in this physical world belongs to you. Yeah. So what is your world?
Sky, Paramdham, real world, world of souls, world of eternal treasure.
Yeah. Nice. So when the soul's world has changed, so far living with the identity of the role, world was the physical world. Hence the relationships, identities, habits, they were all from this world. Yeah, and I'm identifying with them. But now, if you want to transform and you want to experience carefree, attitude, happiness, then first thing you need to change is your world. Where do you spend most time? Yeah, where do you spend the most time? And wherever you spend the most time, that is your world. And your relationships, sanskars, everything will be based on that world. So changing the world, intellect has to change. Intellect has to change. And when intellect changes, then naturally you experience a different world. So Baba says, in this world, even this body doesn't belong to you. Forget about everything else. Your own body that you say, my body, that also doesn't belong to you. So this is the Murli. At the end, Baba says, to see that you are a proper emperor. Sorry, you have come to have yourselves checked and to claim the certificate, have you not? So you have come here to see if you are proper emperors. You will go back with a certificate for whatever type of king you are, will you not? So whether you are a king in name or in a king in your activities as well. Yeah, whether it's just a knowing that the soul is Baba is the king and the soul is a prince, Baba is the emperor, so the soul is an emperor, whether this is a knowing or intellect has shifted and I experience that and I live through that world. Whether Baba's world is really my world, then I spend time there. I will not spend time in thinking about the performance and seeing every performance, looking at ordinary vision. This is I'm looking at others and I see that this is the role, the name pops up, the image of the body pops up. So ordinary. But Baba says, are you a king in a name, name level, or a king in your activities? Has the soul really changed the world? So when you change your society, when you change the world, then everything changes. It may not change at the level of drama, but internally, 100% everything changes. And that is what ultimately matters. Your attitude, if your attitude has changed, your vision has changed, your habits have changed, what else? So you will be able to see all this by yourself in the palace of mirrors. So mirrors meaning, you check yourself in the light of knowledge and you check yourself, change yourself. Yeah. So, Acha, Om Shanti. This Murli is from 7th of May 1983. 7th May 1983. And Murli is the world of Brahmins, free from sorrow. So, any final thoughts? Very clear. Murli was very clear.
Somebody had a question. They say every day Baba is saying to be happy. I repeatedly go through it that yes, I'm happy. Will it work? Just reminding yourself that you're happy. Will it work?
Baba is saying, every day that you are happy, and he's saying because your world is of happiness. So if I'm seeing from that point, then yeah, I experience happiness. But happiness, if I'm happy, I don't need to ask the question that am I happy? Yeah, that's correct, right? If I'm happy, I'm happy. I don't need to ask if I'm happy or will I be happy. So Baba says every day, you souls, your nature is of happiness because your world is of happiness and this is not your world. If this is your world, you cannot be happy because line is already crossed. So
Then someone says, could you please guide what homework, they're asking about the homework, one must do today from this Murli?
yeah, homework, is our silent and constant homework is to change the intellect and change our world. We may say that that is our world, but as we saw that if the real world is my world, then my perspective is from that world. And so how do I make it more obvious? How to make that my world more obvious? So one method that Baba gave was to be aware of the tricky situations. Yeah, so he gave many examples, sanskar, someone else's sanskar, upheaval in your own mind, some body illness. And so let me write down these, make a note of these situations. There are many other situations are also there, but this covers broadly all the tricky ways the drama presents itself. And let me make a note of this. And whenever these sort of scenes are, emerge in the drama, and let me not question them at all, because I know it's designed to trick me. So if you're playing a game and in that game, you there are constant hurdles. You don't question the hurdles. You know it's part of the game. So let me take a note of the tricky ways, wherever drama becomes real for me. And let me bring light in those areas. Light of knowledge, light of constant awareness, attention in those areas of darkness, that it's a theater, it's just a story. It is not my world. This is another world. My world is separate. So let me do this internal homework of seeing the contrast, being aware of the contrast of this temporary nature of this world. Baba's called it artificial world. Today, Baba said you become attracted to one or the artificial things. And so this is an artificial world. So where does this artificial world becomes real for me? And even those areas, I don't need to analyze them. Why? I just need to be aware. This is where it becomes real. Let me bring more light here in these corners of the mind. Yes, any final?
There's one last question. Om Shanti, I have a question that when I practice the soul consciousness during daily chores, Murli points come up in between and other thoughts also come up in between. Is it right, or do I need to just focus on Murli points?
Yeah, it's good, Murli points if they come in our mind. But the real change happens when I am seeing everything through those Murli points. I'm using, Baba's perspective. Baba speaks the Murli, and so Baba's perspective has to become my perspective. Baba's perspective has to be used, and that is the right method. So, not just reminding the points, not just thinking about the points, but using that perspective. So, I think the homework is, yeah, Abhay wants to speak.
I'll unmute him.
Yeah, Om Shanti Adi. Thank you so much for the wonderful class, first of all. As you said about the homework, that remembering the real home, right? So just 2, 3 days back, I think a Murli was there where Baba very much emphasized, on revolving the Swadarshan Chakra. So just one practice I wanted to share that, when I remember that chakra in the remembrance of Baba, when the soul remembers the chakra in the remembrance of Baba, then it gives a sense of, liberation that, yeah, it is just a one day of the very big movie that I'm in today. And it helps me, to be in the homework that you are, be helpful in the homework that you are telling, that remembering the real me becomes very easy when we follow that method of the Baba.
Yeah. Nice. So the homework is clear, and let's continue with the homework. No? So the drama is performance is very artificial by nature, and winning, means to be not tricked into believing it's real. And wherever there is winning, winning comes with a lot of happiness and higher consciousness. So, Om Shanti.